We got invited to a property where in the back of a barn, there's a hidden gem.
Brett, do you see this? Oh my god. This thing looks insane.
We found a 1957 Chevy Bel Air that was somehow stuffed back here 52 years ago, becoming one of our craziest recoveries ever because we had to tear the barn walls down. What we thought would be an impossible detail turned into the most heartwarming story because we got to completely transform this car and surprise the original owner of it at his nursing home, where he not only got to see it clean, but sit in it again for the first time in 52 years. Make sure you watch the whole video because this one gets emotional.
This is Chase, the gentleman who contacted us
How you doing?
about the 57 Chevy. I'll let you lead me back
So
there.
it is in the back corner over there.
All right, let's take the walk.
There's a thin path through it all the way into the back. You can see why we're removing a wall instead of bringing it out through a door. It's a little packed. You can get a sneak peek of it over there.
I don't even think Brent's going to be able to see with the camera from over there.
Yeah, he might have to scoot through to the front.
Oh my gosh. Brent, do you see this? Oh my gosh. I can't even put my head over there, otherwise you're not going to see it. This thing looks insane. Wow. How are we going to get this thing out of here? I usually don't say that until we're about to actually pull it out, but how did it even get in here? That's the first question I have.
There's literally
Oh my
walls
God.
built around it.
Yeah. I mean, is that what happened? Did they build the garage around the car?
They might have.
Because that garage, I mean, you would have had the room to drive it in, but then you would have had to put up all these shelves after the fact. This is insane. This is definitely going to be the most ridiculous recovery, if we can even recover it. Brent, how are we going to do this? Don't worry. We have health insurance.
Go ahead. Pull it forward.
I need to go up.
All right.
I can't see anything right now. Ah, there's the front of it. Dude, that thing's gorgeous.
Oh my gosh, Brent, come. Oh my God, Brent, come look at this. Wow.
Dude, this thing's sweet.
Mike, I think this thing's been sitting in here for 53 years.
That's insane, dude. Look at all these cobwebs. I think we got one more to go. This thing will be able to come out.
Good catch. That would have hurt my shin. This in the barn find, I don't know what it is.
Nice.
All right. So now we got some stuff out of the way. We're trying to get the window down, get this bad boy in neutral. Before we get this Bel Air out of this barn, we have to get the story behind it. So let's go talk to the owner.
All right, guys, so we are here with Marty. This is your car now. This was your father's car,
It was
correct?
my father's car, yeah.
How long ago did he put it away in the back of this barn?
We've tried to figure it out. We figure it's been back here 50 years at least.
Wow.
It had to be back in here since about 75, roughly, maybe.
If it was in any other area of the whole entire barn, I don't think we'd be able to get it out of here today.
It was a family car. It was my mother's father's brother, I believe it was, because then it would have been my uncle's cousin. But that's who it was bought. He had like 8 vehicles in his barn, and this was one of them my dad bought off of.
So what's the plan for it after we drag it out of here?
Well, my dad's in a nursing home right now, and we have to get some funds available just in case he's not going to be able to come home. So, I mean, we want to put it for sale. And we heard you guys are volunteering, so we'll take you up on it, you know, to clean her up.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
Good job.
I
Thank
appreciate
you.
the opportunity. All right, back to work.
All right, guys, there is roughly 2 weeks left in our 1960 C10 Apache giveaway. And for anyone who may have not seen the truck, I wanted to show it off and show you all the work that we did to it. First, we had a mechanic go through the whole entire truck to make sure that it ran strong and that it was safe to drive. And then in the engine bay, we actually had our videographer, Brad, powder coat the valve cover, and I think it looks awesome. Then we went ahead and detailed the whole entire truck, polished the paint, and put brand new tires on it. Next, we went ahead and redid the whole entire interior, including a brand new seat and a brand new carpet, as well as a brand new radio that looks period correct, but actually has Bluetooth capabilities and brand new speakers. And then for my favorite part, we had the whole entire bed redone with real wood, with fractal wood burn patterns, and all new hardware. I think the bed makes this truck a one of a kind. And here's something that I don't think we've shown anyone yet, is actually driving the truck. So it does run. Starts off easy. Now let's take it for a spin. And the way to get entered to win is by purchasing any of our detailing products or any of our merchandise from our website, wdautosupply.com. And right now, the whole entire store has a 10 times multiplier on entries. That means if you spend $1, you get 10 entries. If you spend $100, you get 1,000 entries. and a way better chance of potentially winning that 1960 C10 Apache. And if you purchase something, not only are you entered to win the truck, but you also guarantee that Chris has a job. Chris is Mike's brother, and he's about to have a baby. So he really needs his job, and he does great work. So we don't want him to go anywhere. And guys, we fill, bottle, and label all of these products right here at WD headquarters. And I gotta say, it's been one of the most fun things that we've ever done. And I've really enjoyed it, and I think all of our new staff enjoys it here. We have a blast. So if you guys want to support us and have the opportunity to win a really, really cool truck, go to WDAutosupply.com. Go buy something. You could buy one bottle of tire cleaner and potentially take home a 1960 C10 Apache. Thank you guys so much for the support. Now let's get back to the detail.
Let's see how this goes.
Now, while we start pulling this Bel Air out of the barn, I want to ask you guys the question of the video, so make sure you leave your answers in the comments below. The 1957 Chevy Bel Air is revered as one of the most popular and loved Chevys of all time. So my question to you guys is, if you're a Chevy fan, what is your favorite Chevy that was ever made? Obviously, there's a lot to choose from with all the Corvettes, the Camaros, and a lot more, so leave a comment down below.
We figured it'd be a good time to let you guys know that we are traveling around the US looking for cars like this to feature on our channel. They just need to be dirty and they need to be an enthusiast vehicle. If you have something like this, you can reach out to us at our email or our Instagram and send us pictures of what you have. And please make sure that your car is dirty and let us know where you're from, and we might just come out and detail your car for free. All right, so we are back with the Bel Air. Got out of the trailer this morning. It actually took us like an hour and a half, almost 2 hours, because all 4 tires are flat now. And so we have it on jack stands, and they actually came off the rim when it was being dragged through that yard, and then came off the rim even more when we were trying to pull it out of the trailer. So we spent a solid hour and a half, hour 45 of our lives just getting this car out of the trailer, and then ran into 20 more problems throughout our morning. So finally, it's time to actually film today. It's going to be a very long week here at WD because this thing is extremely dirty, but extremely cool. I'm a big fan of the 57 Chevys. Obviously, it's not a 2-door, but I kind of like the way it looks in a 4-door.
I actually kind of like the shape of this car as a 4-door more than the coupe. And I know a lot of people will hate me saying that, but this is a really big car, and it's all the lines on this thing just work. Like, I've never been a Chevy fan from models in the 50s, but I understand why this car was so popular, it had such a big following. Like, the lines on it are just awesome.
I love the two-tone cream on copper, although it has been repainted. You can actually see here, the original color was a shade lighter, but for the most part, the paint is in good shape and it's rust-free.
Another thing that we don't have to this car is the keys, which means we can't get into the trunk of this thing. We'll look for them as best as we can, but we might not be able to break into this safe. We don't want to damage the lock. It is still really good. So hopefully either the owners will find the key, or we'll be lucky enough to find it somewhere in this car. We haven't gone through it yet.
I want you guys to stay tuned because we actually just got confirmation that we're going to be able to take this car to the nursing home and surprise the actual owner. The family has orchestrated it without him knowing, so it's going to be a complete surprise. And hopefully he isn't mad that we had to tear down a wall in his barn to drag his car out.
I'm a little nervous.
Well, I'm a little nervous too because I had heard that they potentially were going to have the American Pickers come out into that barn, and the gentleman said that he would shoot them if they showed up on his property. So hopefully they didn't let us take guns to the nursing home because I don't want to get shot. But I think he's going to be very happy with the end result. A quick introduction, this is Braden. He's actually my cousin, and he's going to be helping with some of the editing for Brent, as well as all of our fulfillment with WD Auto Supply. So this is Braden's introduction. I'm happy to have my cousin working for us. It's awesome to have all the great people that help us here at WD. But Braden's young. Braden is 19 years old, and this is probably one of the oldest cars that he has been around. And so I want you to find the gas cap.
The gas cap, okay.
How do you put gas in this 1957 Chevy Bel Air?
Well, let's see diddly-dee. You know, this is it's a little tricky here.
He's already cold. Extremely cold.
Am I cold?
You're already cold.
Warmer? Warmer?
I'll give you, if you miss it again. Cold, cold, you're getting colder. Warmer, warm, warm, getting warm, you are.
Am I looking at it?
Warmer, well, you gotta find it.
Put your hands on
And.
How would they fill it? How would they fill the gas?
This is a tricky one. Oh, wait.
How do I give him a hint without giving it away? Follow the accent lines. What sticks out prominently on the rear end of this car? The most prominent part about this car. What makes it say that it's a 1950s Chevrolet?
Probably the Chevrolet right there.
So what is cool about the back end of this car? If you were to see this driving down the road, you'd say, wow, it has...
This thing.
God bless. Brayden. These accents here, those are pretty crazy, aren't they?
Wait, is it like one of these guys?
Could be. Ding, 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 ding.
Right here.
How do you get into it?
No, that's the hard. Oh.
There we are. Brayden, I just want to say, it's been that was good. I'm so happy to have you here, man.
I'm so excited.
Can't wait to see what you do here at WD. We need to get to the detail.
Right before we start the wash process, I noticed something behind the grill. So I'm gonna open the hood and take whatever that is out of there so we can begin the wash.
What's in there?
I don't know. It's something. Actually, I'm shocked this actually opened this nice. It's just a box.
Oh.
Wait a second. That's not the engine I thought this would have.
That is not. That's a V8 in there.
There is a V8 in there.
We should definitely vacuum out all this before we get it wet, and then it stinks like mouse urine.
Now we're gonna go ahead and clean the wheels, and luckily Chase, the gentleman who helped us get this car out of the barn, later on helped us out a ton by coming and picking up these wheels and switching out the tires on them so we could actually move this car around and putting on tires that were safe and would hold air. And I wanted to let everybody know that the family is trying to sell this car in order to help their father, who's the original owner, who's in the nursing home that you'll see at the end of the video. But if you guys are seriously interested in purchasing this, only serious buyers, send an email to the email on the screen. It's also in the description below. You'll get a great car and you're going to be helping out an amazing family. Now we're going to use our WD Auto Supply pre-wash to safely loosen up all this dirt and dust that's sitting on the top layer of the paint, which I'd even recommend to you guys at home if your car is dirty and you're planning on washing it to use this before you use cherry suds, because that way you're going to minimize any chances of scratching the paint in the wash process. And it's safe on most paint types except for single stage lacquer, which you'll really only find on super old cars. So if you have a newer car, you're completely safe using it.
All right, so now we're working on the engine bay, and thankfully we already vacuumed up all the poop that was in here, so it's not gonna stink, but now it's time to clean it. And what I'm trying to figure out right now, this is clearly a V8 motor, but they had two options. One was a 265 cubic inch motor, the other was a 283 cubic inch motor, and that was the more popular of the two, but I'm not sure if they maybe used the smaller engine for the sedan and then the 283 for the Sport Coupe, which was supposed to be obviously the sportier version. That I'm not sure of, so if you know in the comments below, let us know because I am at a loss at the moment. But I was already fiddling around in here a little bit and I went to go and remove the airbox here. So this is a very unique airbox that I haven't seen before. What I noticed when I actually pulled it off, what is going on, Mike?
Oh.
Have you ever seen this before?
I have not.
This is oil.
Yeah, that is oil, but why would it be in there? I mean,
unless it's in the same.
No, it has to have oil. It says oil level right there.
Interesting. Here, let's pull this out because I'm getting oil all over the
Oil
place.
level. So you know what this could be? That oil could act basically a filtration from very small particles that other filter wouldn't catch. Or maybe it provided some lubrication to the carburetor and the motor, but I've not seen that before either.
Neither have I. I mean, we worked on Bel Airs in the past. Not as nice as this one, to be honest, but this is something unique. So another question for the comment section, why does this air box have oil in it?
Yeah, that's so weird.
But we're gonna go ahead and clean the engine bay nonetheless. So we're gonna go ahead and cover up the carburetor, and then we will go ahead and wash down the engine, use our citrus degreaser to break up some of this grease and hopefully brighten up these valve covers. Mike, how nice do you think they'll come back?
I think these will come out pretty good. I mean, I could tell over there we're missing a little bit of paint, but it's definitely gonna bring some color back to this motor and not be all doom and gloom, covered in gunk.
The only shame is that the carburetor is extremely greasy, but I don't want to get water inside the carburetor, so we're gonna have to cover that. And so that's still gonna look nasty.
Now that we got the car all washed off with our cherry suds, we're gonna use our iron kryptonite. And I did a test spot already. Wait until you see how purple this paint turns. And this is safe for your cars at home. You don't have to have a barn find sitting for 52 years. Mike, let's show them. I want them to see how instantly purple this turns. Ready? You can see instantly where the paint is turning purple and it's starting to remove any of the iron that would give us trouble later on in the polishing steps, which you don't have to be polishing your paint to be using iron kryptonite. If you have little yellow flakes or little dots in your paint, this will remove them. You can just rinse your car off after you let it sit for about a minute. But we're gonna be polishing this, so afterwards, I'm gonna take that clay mitt and I'm gonna use this as a lubricant to remove all the contamination, or at least 99% of it. So when we go to polish this paint, it makes it super easy, and RJ is gonna have a good time doing it. Purple. You know what they say about purple, right, Mike?
No.
It's blue and red.
Oh my God.
Duh. All right, now I'm gonna take our clay mitt and agitate it. And you can actually see there's a lot of contamination in the paint. Let's see if we can remove some of that with the iron kryptonite and the clay mitt together. This will show you guys the power of iron kryptonite. You don't have to have this bad of a spot on your car, but this is all iron right here. If you have a white car, any color car. Ready? Look at that. Just removes it like it was nothing. It was never even there. Do it again. Couple swipes. Never there. I mean, this was sitting on this car at least, I guess, for 20 plus years, maybe even 40, who knows? And within 2 minutes, we were able to remove it. Let's see what kind of result we're left with. Now, while it's not perfect, that's not what we're aiming for with iron kryptonite. We just wanted to remove all of the contamination, which when I touch the paint, there is none. And that's what we wanted. So when we go to polish this, that's where it's gonna get the nice finish.
Moving on to the interior of this 57 Chevy Bel Air, and we recently did a 63 Chevy Bel Air, and I could totally see how they did the interior changeover. They just changed a few things, but kept this classic look, and it is beautiful, although really, really, really gross in here. There's a couple things I find odd about this car, and one is definitely this massive, massive steering wheel you see in front of me. I feel like I'm driving a school bus sitting in this position, so it's a little odd, but I kind of like it. It fits the car's character. This car was also, I think this must be aftermarket, but came with the most high-tech GPS of the time, which is this little guy over here, a compass, which still works, so that's pretty cool. When we were moving the car around, I had fun actually looking at that and seeing it like wobble around and still working, and that's kind of funny to see. Another thing I do really like about this car that you don't see a lot of times featured on four-door vehicles is the absence of a B-pillar. So if I open this door or open these windows, this whole sill is just open air, which I really like and I think is a pretty sweet feature of this vehicle. Another question for you guys at home, this color scheme is quite odd. The copper and beige in the seat, and then this interesting texture that they have in the seat. I'm hoping that this comes out really clean and nice. It's the same with the rest of the seat, because I think it'll actually pop really nicely, but it's just such an odd choice. But I think once it's all cleaned up, it's gonna make more sense. I think this thing's gonna look pretty good. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Is this interior a little bit too wild for you, or is it just right? Ooh,
Nasty. Looks nice underneath though.
Not too
Outside of the
bad.
nest. All right, so this isn't my first rodeo, and I can already tell when there is a nest in a glove box. If I'm wrong, I owe Brent Chipotle. If I'm right, Brent owes me Chipotle. Right, Brent? Ta-da! I'm getting double steak today, Brent.
Now we're gonna get everything completely vacuumed up, then use our interior cleaner on all the interior components and get this car transformed. And another great use for our citrus degreaser is for your floor mats, because floor mats usually get pretty dirty and greasy. So that citrus is going to break it up and help remove all of that, and it's going to leave it smelling pretty nice. Now I have to say, with the amount that we filmed, it does not show how much time we spent doing chrome, but we spent at least 10 hours doing the chrome on this car between myself and Mike. This car was the most tedious chrome job that we've ever done, but we made sure to get the entire thing done over the course of 2 days, and it was definitely worth it at the cost of our hands and a lot of pain.
All right, now it's time to polish the 57 Chevy, but first I am going to take a look at the paint to see what I'm working with. And we have some oxidation, and then we have a lot of staining from all the organic matter that had been sitting on the paint for all of those years. So my goal is to obviously remove the oxidation and the staining and hopefully brighten up this copper color. It was a repaint, which you can see in some of the cracks and crevices. So I don't know if this paint's going to turn out extremely nice. I think I'm going to be able to bring back some of that color and shine that has been missing for all those years. And I think it'll actually come out really nice. All right, so we're pulling into the nursing home to show this guy his car clean for the first time in 52 years. All right, guys, we're here with the owner of the Bel Air, Dale, who was kind enough, well, I guess he didn't know that we had taken the car, but I'm really glad that you weren't mad at us for stealing your car and cleaning it.
I'm very fortunate, I feel, that you did all this for me.
Yes, sir, absolutely. It's a beautiful car. You have a great family, and I think our viewers are really going to enjoy seeing this car get brought back to life.
30 years in the barn is long enough.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
53. 50.
Yeah, was that the last time you saw it?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, there was quite a lot of stuff in front of it, but we got it out. And so...
I appreciate it.
Yes, sir, absolutely. Well, let me go ahead and show you your car.
All right, ready?
All right, I'll tell Mike.
All right, here we go. Mike, move the truck.
Holy.
Oh.
Whoa.
Looks a little different, huh?
I guess. Wow. You guys did a nice job. Nice.
Well, don't be shy. Come take a look.
Nice job. Wow. Can't believe it.
Now, what really got us on this car was the amount of chrome we had to polish.
Yeah.
Chrome polishing by hand takes a long time. And so we went over every trim piece, all the bumpers, the mirrors, the wipers, everything. Even the handles on the inside got detailed.
I want to see that interior.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
My goodness.
unbelievable on that, isn't it?
My goodness. Yep. Now it's
Not too shabby.
presentable.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, wow.
Very good. You
So-
don't forget a toy.
Well said. Very well said, actually. Yeah, I'd say.
Thank you.
Say
I
for
can't believe it.
beautiful. That's always the goal. We were just hoping you weren't going to be mad at us. So.
Oh, no. I appreciate everything you're doing for us.
Oh yes, sir. Absolutely. We appreciate the voucher confidence. We appreciate it very much, sir. This
Well,
is
I appreciate your help.
yes, sir. It's we're car enthusiasts, and car people generally get along pretty well. And
Yeah,
so if
yeah.
you're passionate about your cars, we are as well. and
Wow.
we get to
Did a
make
nice
this
job.
this
It come-
awesome.
It's not in that bad a shape.
No, it's surprising.
physically.
And thank you so much to you guys for supporting the channel and watching our videos. Without you guys, we can't do these kinds of videos. We can't make these kind of moments and memories for these families, and it means the world to us. We love what we do, and we love you guys. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more like this, hit subscribe, and we'll see you next week. I think we're going to get Dale into his vehicle for the first time in 52 years. Big moment here.
Let me get this.
Watch your head coming down. I got your back.
Thank you.
That remind you of some good memories?
Boy, a long time since I drove this. Yeah, it was a good car. It was a good deal. But you guys did a wonderful job on it.
Oh, thank you very much.
Wonderful.
I gotta say, it's very rewarding to see you sitting in this car right now. We put a lot of time and effort and wanted to make it as nice as possible for you. So for you to give us the opportunity to see you sitting in it for the first time, that means
Boy.
everything.
Wow. Unreal.
I just wish we could have got it started and we would take you, burn some tires off.